What is up, guys? My name is Creature Play and welcome to my newest player review video. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to Boone and Pancake. They both helped me grab some extra footage for this. Today we're going to be reviewing the 98 overall Combine Warrior Pat Pete. He offers 97 speed, 99 man coverage, 96 press, 93 play rec, and 88 catching. He also offers 9 to man defense style and 7 to pass rush style. Some of his other stats you see in here, he's got 97 kick returner, so you can use him as a kick returner if you'd like. I have not tried it. He has 49 block shedding, 76 catching in traffic, and 80 hit power, which isn't bad for a mostly outside corner. Currently on Xbox One, he's going for about 1.7, and on PS4, averaging around 2 million even. So we'll go ahead and get right into it. First, we're going to start off with his man coverage. Specifically, first I was testing out some of his streak abilities, and he was awesome. If I had to compare him to another card I have, I would say that he is that strong safety Eastern Night Train lane. If you saw the review I did on him, with how aggressive he is and just how much he goes for, swatting the ball, ripping it out of people's hands. Just like I said, how aggressive he is very similar to him. I have picked up the Boss Cromartie card, so I can no longer say that he is the best and or my favorite cornerback on my team, but he is a strong number 2 and a definite threat. The one thing that he seems to do best is man coverage, as you're seeing, and he also, like I said, is just aggressive when it comes to ripping balls out of people's hands, when it comes to swatting, just being a playmaker when it comes to stopping a pass. Even though I'm currently liking Cromartie a little more right now, I can say that Pat Pete is definitely the more well-rounded corner. I think that I'd have to give it to Cromartie for being the best coverage corner in the game, but his faults do lie in that he's not great at run support or being a physical threat. Now, he is very close to coverage consistency to Cromartie. I would still say Cromartie takes the edge, but I can absolutely say without uncertainty that he is by far better in the run support game and being a physical threat. As you are seeing in the clips, his man coverage is outstanding. Separation almost does not exist to him, and even when it does exist, as you can see in this clip, he still somehow gets this weird acceleration boost that I saw Night Train get, where he still is able to make up for it in the end and swat out with that aggressiveness that he has. His zone is no difference either. He has a great play rec and he's able to pick up on who he should be covering, and especially on routes that are short like that, he almost always undercuts it and is great at intercepting it. But his aggressiveness does not stop there. He is an absolute monster in coverage when it comes to swatting things away and breaking up that pass and ripping it away from you. But his interceptions are another story. He is fantastic at interceptions. The only person I've seen that has come close to this so far, again, is that Night Train lane strong safety. He does anything in his power. He will jump over you 6 feet in the air. He will do anything he can to make sure that he can get that ball and either run it back or come down for that possession. That awesome play rec that you see him have, I'm sure that is what makes it so aggressive, but it gives him that wherewithal to be able to jump up above you or to undercut a route or swat something away in the air so that the other people can also get the interception. But either way, it makes him a very serious threat when it comes to turnovers. But I definitely want to point out that with that Night Train lane, I had more success with him with interceptions when I just let the CPU control him and didn't user him for the aggressive pick. It is the opposite with this Pat Pete. You almost always want to go for the aggressive catch with your usering skills, and I had way more success with that than just letting the CPU do it. His pressing was another thing that he was absolutely amazing at. He really didn't get beat on press at all, and especially with somebody who has 99 release, I thought it was way above average. He was able to always cover over the top, and the only time that he was actually able to be beat on press was when somebody was running a slant. But I've used almost all of the best cornerbacks in the game, the highest cornerbacks in the game, etc., and every single one of them performs exactly the same. I think it's just that the slant is an overpowered play in the game, so I do not hold it against him at all. And as always, I do like to show that no card in this game is perfect, and he did have some times where he did get beat in coverage, but I can say that it was less often than not. It really didn't happen a lot of the times, and for the most part, it really happened because this Alshon Jeffrey card is just ridiculously overpowered when it comes to the aggressive catch this year, and that really was the only time. even on this zone coverage right here, he's not necessarily getting beat because he's still immediately picking up the tackle and stopping, any further yardage, but I felt it was important to include regardless. Here we're going to get into his run support and play rec category, the physical category. He is awesome at play rec, like I said. He is amazing at being able to pick up where that run is going. He also has really high pursuit, I think. But either way, he's great at cutting down the angle, and he's really good at laying that hit down, especially if somebody's catching it close to him, to almost always make them, drop it or not complete the pass. He's also good at picking up which way the run is going, as you can see right there. That was a motion that he was following in. He still was able to cut back and make the tackle in time. But despite, his awesome play rec and being able to pick up where that run is going, block shedding was, it was hit or miss. I wouldn't say that it was horrible, but I wouldn't say that it was amazing. I'd say about 6 out of the 10 times he was able to get off the block and make the tackle. But I found for the most part that there just wasn't really any consistency. There wasn't anything that you could necessarily rely on. He wasn't horrible, like I said, but there were a few times where he definitely was getting locked up, and there was also a couple of times where he was actually getting straight pancaked by linemen. It didn't happen with, fullbacks or tight ends, but it definitely happened to the point where I was like, wow, he kind of, got embarrassed there. Either way, I would say that he is just best to be kept on the outside. So overall summary of this card, I absolutely love him. I love these aggressive cornerbacks that they have in the game now. Cromartie is the other one, and I am, obsessed with him currently right now. I wish had that physical and run support that Pat Pete had. That Night Train Lane is pretty much the same thing, but he's just a safety, obviously. I know that he has a high price tag, as most of the cards I do, but I get a lot of people to ask to review them because I guess, they want to see how they play or if it's worth saving for, and it makes things way easier, especially if I already have them. Either way, Pat Pete, definite number 1 or number 2 corner in the game. I say definitely get him if you can save up for him and if your overall warrants it. As always, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate all the support. Take care, and I will see you in the next video.